Well, I've been sitting on my ass for a couple of months now and this thing still ain't built itself, so I guess I should go get some parts out. Have to strategically place our jack stand to straddle the cracks in the concrete. It's fine. You're a good boy. Alright. Can you give me some pliers? I get my own pliers. What are you sniffing, dude? Take the cotter pin out. Then we're going to take the castle nut off. It's important to wear gloves so you don't get all that wheel bearing grease on your hands or your paws. Back up or go forward. That works. Paying attention. Castle nut, flat washer, wheel bearing, and then your drum comes off. I've been looking around for options for brakes for the 49 for a long time, and aside from knowing somebody that knows how to rivet new brake shoe material onto the old brake shoes, there's really no other options other than getting one of these fancy disc brake kits. So that's super cool. Somebody just kind of figured out that if they make the right spacers and use, you know, parts from Ford Mavericks and Chevy S10s, you can put disc brakes on the front of your original straight axle on the front of your old piece of crap truck, which is super cool. So it comes with new brake lines, these brackets to hold the caliper. We got new calipers, both in that box. New wheel bearings. I'm not sure if these are the same part number as the factory ones, but they might be. You get new banjo bolts for the brake lines. And then you get a fancy, can I do this one-handed? You get a fancy disc brake. The downside is these discs are for like a late 70s, like mid to late 70s Ford Maverick, which is a 5 on 4.5 bolt spacing, so it changes up the lug pattern. This truck has a 5 on 5. So I just went out and bought a set of rollers off of Marketplace. They're just white steel wheels. They're nothing fancy, nothing that I'm going to keep on the truck long term, just a wheel to put on the car or to put on the truck to be able to roll it around when the brakes are done. The front brakes, anyways. Back brakes, whole nother story. I need a cameraman. You want to be my cameraman? Okay, you hold this. He's not very good at holding things. Nothing left to it but to do it. Look at that booger weld on there, that extra plate. It goes from here to there. I wonder if that's a frame repair. Probably should have gave this truck a better once over. Let's see if there's one on the passenger side. Doesn't look like it. What the heck? Doing all this work to a junk frame? Wouldn't surprise me. Too late now. Backing plate's off. Now we gotta get the rest of the brake hose off of here. Get on out of here. So that should free up that. Yep, just like that. I just gotta separate that. Let's try some of this freeze off super penetrant with freeze shock action. Say that 5 times fast. Say it. Oh! I will never doubt you again. CRC freeze off super penetrant. She gone. As far as taking things off, I think we got them off. This is actually looking really good because I cleaned it up already from when I put the new wheel bearings in the drum. This is probably broken now. See that little wet spot? Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. Yep. Stupid. I don't know that I've ever given a full, deep dive on this truck. That's the fuel line right here. These are wires for something. Looks like I got a piece of extension cord going to the taillights, maybe. This is the brake master cylinder that doesn't have a cap on it, so I'm sure that works just fine. I got something in my eye. I can't really see, but if you get something in your eye and you can't really see, it actually doesn't look too bad. Looks like our emergency brake deal is slinging some grease. It's probably, I don't know, maybe transmission fluid that's coming out of the back and getting flung around. But at least we got nice exhaust. That was pretty cool. So, got that going on. That's enough. Get back to work. Well, I was just stalling because now I got to read instructions. I need my glasses. All right, well, that took way too long, and now I'm parched. Oh, this? This is just my Matt's Off-Road Recovery limited edition hydration device. No big deal. I met him once. We're buddies. Just kidding. I met him one time at a pop-up event. Waited in line for like 2.5 hours, and then my anxiety was through the roof after standing around like 1,000 people, and then I just vomited a bunch of words at him and ran away. So, there you go. All right. Support the front of the vehicle on jack stands. Check. Remove front brake drums. Check. Backing plates and flexible brake lines from both sides. Clean the spindles. They're clean. Run a 13/32 or a 7/16 drill through the mounting holes. Well, I guess I'm going back to the store to get another drill bit because I only bought the one. I fit this bracket up after I drilled out those holes, and yeah, there's only 3 holes that I needed. And it's these 2 and that one. So I didn't even need that one or that one. So at least I know that now. Back from the store, had to get a fancy drill bit this time. Cobalt, whatever that means. So I can drill them holes out. Now for those of you wondering, yes, this is my back patio. And that is an easy up. We got her strapped down to the house. It got a little windy the other day. It's 20 miles an hour, so these things will take off on you. And as a redneck, I'm kind of ashamed of the fact that it took me this long to think about using the back patio working on my cars. I've been rolling around in the dirt over here. I got perfectly good concrete right there. Slap up and easy up and boom, you got a shop. So to any other rednecks out there, I'm sorry that it took me this long to think about doing this. Hey, before we go any further in the video, I'm really trying hard to grow my channel. So if you guys could help me reach a milestone of 100 comments on a video, that would mean the world to me. I would really, really appreciate the help. And you know, if you guys want to help me out in growing the channel and moving on to bigger and better things, go ahead and share this video. Hit the share button down below on the YouTube page. Send it to someone you love. Send it to someone you hate, just depending on how you feel about what I'm doing here. Yeah, so if you guys could just leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share it, hit the notifications, all that stuff. Helps the channel out tremendously. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Thanks for watching. Cobalt drill bit for the win. It got its pound of flesh, but I got the holes that I needed drilled out. I did not drill out the holes that I didn't need to on that side. And then over here, I got my caliper bracket just mounted up. Oh, look at that. Here's my skin. Gross. Anyways, you can see there's actually a little bit of a gap in here. I didn't put any Loctite or anything just because I wanted to see if these were gonna be, you know, good to go straight out of the box. And I don't know, I mean, I'm guessing it's just a bunch of dirt and stuff, judging by how much dirt is caked on all the steering linkage. But I'm not ruling out the possibility of these brackets needing to be dialed in a little bit. If you look real close in there, you can actually see all the little cut marks. So I might need to clean them up a little bit, but it's probably just the dirt and all the crap that's underneath the bottom of the truck. So you can see all the shiny spots where the paint came off. I'm just going to go ahead and take a flapper and kind of put a bevel from about right here all the way up to right in here somewhere, and then the same thing up here. Just taking material off your brake parts. It's no big deal. Still looks like it's hitting something. So it definitely looks like it's tilted out a little bit. I don't know. Trust the process, I guess. All right, next thing I got to do is get this spacer pressed onto the spindle. But what I should do is find a piece of pipe that fits over the end and pushes against this wide space on the front. But I already looked for a piece of pipe and I don't have one. All right. That ain't gonna work. Dang it.
kind of damaged the face of it there. It was starting to dig into the end of the pipe. That's where I was hitting it. I mean, I screwed that thing up. Ideally, you want a pipe that'll sit on this surface back here. I was having to hit up front there, which is not good. It's not really what you're supposed to do, I don't think. I mean, it makes sense to not do that. $20 more and a trip to the hardware store later, I've got myself an official, legit Adapter-Rooney Driver 9000. Boom. Let's try that again. This is going to be fun swinging a hammer with the table back in the way. Get out of town. I got that done in like 5 seconds without all the hammering and banging and bothering my neighbors that I was doing earlier. Just spend the extra 20 bucks, make the trip to the hardware store. Just do it. All right. Pretty freaking sweet. I'm a genius. Redneck genius. I'm committed to putting Loctite on these things. Not a lot though, just a little bit. High temp stuff, which honestly I didn't even know was a thing. I thought there was just red and blue. I got the torque wrench out and we'll torque them down to 50 foot-pounds is what the instructions say. Where's 50 at? Probably should have my glasses on for this. This torque wrench doesn't give very confident clicks. Golly. There we go. Sometimes it's good clicks, sometimes it's like nothing. But it does the job, I guess. Those are on there. And I already went ahead and packed the inner bearing full of grease and put the seal in there. And my Adapter-Rooney Installer 9000 is it's also a seal installer if you use it wrong enough. So I probably should have packed both bearings full of grease. I really want to get one of them greaser, presser downer installer things. Looks good to me. Get off of me. Easy. Well, I don't know. Are you supposed to use a sledgehammer for this? Probably not.
Well, it's not as pretty as it was when it came out of the bag, but it's on there. So I just encountered my first big problem with this kit, and that was something that I noticed kind of early on, and I pointed out. These brackets don't seem to sit very flat. Well, it's not that they don't sit flat, it's that they're twisted. There's not enough room to get the brake pad in between the rotor and the bracket. So these are the 3 mounting holes that are on the back of that kingpin on the truck. And then these are the 2 ears that hold the caliper. So this thing is twisted. It's not flat. I hope you guys catch on a lot faster than I do. And if you do, you're probably screaming at the screen right now because I've been installing these things wrong. The orientation is correct with the caliper towards the front of the wheel, but these little nubs on the back are actually spacers. So these things are supposed to go to the mounting surface of the kingpin down there. Yeah, so all the shaving down of the corners and stuff, don't do that. These little spacers hold this bracket far enough away from the disc to where the caliper can slide over and have enough room for that pad. So that's awesome. Now that that Loctite has had overnight to set up, I get to try and break that loose and switch these brackets around. Break it. Good news is this will be ingrained in my memory forever, so you know I'll never mess this up again. Yeah, I will. Now that I got this cap, you know, nice and dented up and hammered on here, doesn't want to come off. There we go. Now, something tells me this big old 1/2-inch impact ain't gonna give a damn about no Loctite. Yep. So yeah, there's these little nubs. They go towards the back of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that until last night at about 1 a.m. when I woke up from a dead sleep and thought, I did that backwards. I never claimed to be a smart man.
You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow.
Now, this goes in here. This goes up there, about like that. And then this just slides over, nice and easy, like that. It's amazing what happens when you can follow directions. Although the directions on this kit are very vague, I will say. Doesn't help that I'm also, you know, a little slow. Alright, so I had to take the bracket off that holds the soft line to the frame because it was all bent and whoop-de-dooed. So I took it in the garage and smacked it with a hammer a few times and then took a file and I actually had to put some flat spots in the bracket because the soft line right here next to this little snap ring has some flat spots. Now it fits all the way up in there, and I can reuse the little retainer clip to hold the soft line to the truck. There we go. And then I just took the rubber plug that was in the caliper and plugged my line so I don't get a bunch of dirt and crap in there. Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bing, we got some disc brakes on the front of this old truck. And these wheels, well, they're not my favorite. I don't absolutely hate them. And they were cheap. Found them used on Marketplace got a set of 4 of them for like 50 bucks. And the tires are pretty well shot. They're studded winter tires, but they still hold air, and that'll be good enough to roll this thing around. I did make sure that I brought the brake disc with me to make sure that it actually fit down in there with the hub and everything, but I actually don't know if it's going to fit with the caliper on there. So let's find out. Oh, please fit. Oh yeah. It's not terrible. 3's good enough for now, because I got to take this back off when I make the hard lines. And I'm going to try and put a different master cylinder on this, one that mounts to the firewall. You know, we'll see how it goes. Alright, the other side is almost done, but I just wanted to show you guys what I was doing with that other brake caliper and the soft line. So you've got a banjo bolt that has a hole in the side, and then the center's drilled out, and that allows fluid to pass up the middle of the bolt and out these holes. And to stop it from leaking, you get these copper crush washers. You got to put one on each side of your fitting, and on your fitting there's a square recess that locks in right here and just helps to stop this from moving around. So you go bolt, crush washer through the fitting, and then another crush washer. You screw it onto the caliper. And this is way easier to do off the car. But you do what you gotta do sometimes. And then a little rubber plug that comes out of the caliper, you can plug your soft line so you don't get dirt down inside there. And this is just a 3/8 Allen on the back of these slide pins here. It's actually not threaded into this caliper anywhere. It threads into the bracket, but they're just super tight. So you can just spin them a little bit and help them to come out. So there's little rubber gaskets inside here that kind of bite into the end of the slide pin. But if you just spin it a little bit, you can pull them out. All right, putting her back down on the wheels. Yeah, that put like a 3-inch drop on this thing. All right, don't look at it yet. I'm gonna pull it forward and rinse the wheels off and shine it up a little bit. Maybe not shine it, but you know what I mean. Let's take a look at the new wheels. Dang. I actually like those a lot better than I thought I was going to. Man, got some dents and stuff to hammer out in the fender, and this fender or this door, something needs to be adjusted because it's binding up and bending the crap out of the door. But the brakes are what's important. We got disc brakes on the front. That's pretty sweet. That's a pretty good looking truck right there. Got a little bit of a rake to it, partly because I'm parked in a hole, but also because those tires in the back are about 3 inches taller. All right, that's it.
Let me know what you guys think about this project. Are you interested in seeing any more? I've got a new rear axle to put under the rear end with a matching set of wheels, and then the whole deal will be the same lug pattern. And yeah, I'm kind of intimidated for that, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think. If you're interested in more merchandise, shirts and hats and stuff, I've got all that stuff kind of on standby. The printer for the shirts has the designs. The guy that does my hats has all his stuff saved. So if you guys want more, just let me know. I'll release another drop, and we'll open the website back up. But until then, we'll see you guys later.